So it appears that NBC 12 in Richmond, Virginia has picked up the story on missing Brittany Williams. I think the FBI is going to do their own DNA to make sure, that it's really her, but I'm going to go through the story in a bit. So Brittany Williams has been missing since 2000. Her mother was born with AIDS, and so she said that Brittany Williams had AIDS too. She gave Brittany to someone she knew, and that lady was supposed to raise Brittany. Brittany's mother passed away, and then the lady just said that she gave her to a couple or somebody else and would not tell police who that somebody else was. I believe the lady went to jail for truancy or just not telling them where Brittany was. But yeah, so it was just a mystery, like, where is Brittany? So as you can see right here, NBC 12 has picked up the story. Brittany did a DNA test with a half sister that she knew was her sister from Richmond, because now Brittany goes by a different name and she lives in Indiana. And the DNA test results came back that they were related. But like I said, the FBI wants to now make sure that that's true. As you can see right here, there's more information. A woman in Indiana has come forward saying she has DNA evidence proving she is Brittany Renee Williams, a 7-year-old who went missing from Henrico, Virginia in 2000. For 21 years, there has been no trace of Brittany, a tiny girl with an angelic face known for her magnetic smile. She was treated for AIDS and lived with Kim Parker, who ran an independent foster home out of her house in Henrico, and then she vanished in 2000 and didn't show up for school, and Parker did not produce Brittany for court hearings. So she could have said, hey, Brittany's alive, but she did not. Well, she didn't prove it to the court. Like many, we all thought Brittany was deceased because she didn't have her medication, and it has been years. Okay, so it says 21 years later, Kaylin Stevenson of Fort Wayne, Indiana, says she is, oh, sorry, this was not Katie, Kaylin. These are the lab results that she said that she took. Yep. So NBC 12 went to Indiana to talk with her. I'm going to post that when I get get it all processed and everything. She lived in Ohio with her adoptive parents. They said they gave, that's where she got the name Kaylin. She didn't recall a lot of her childhood because she was young, she said. And she also wanted to make it known she did not have AIDS. She does not have AIDS. So I'll be telling you a little bit more in the next. So this is one of the missing persons poster. I got this off the Charley Project, which talks about all of the missing people. And yeah, so this is what was out. This is the age progression right here. And that's what she looked like at the time she was missing. This is another one right here. And this is what Brittany looks like now. So I'm going to go further into like what the NBC 12 was talking about. Okay, so she said she did remember the last name Williams. Let me see. And that Brittany is married and her wife has helped her with all of this. And so her wife was a big part of getting her name out there too. Right here you can see she says she does not have AIDS at all, that she's donated blood, and she has a daughter. Now right now there's some custody battle between the people that raised her and her daughter, and she's trying to get her daughter back, or she's just trying to keep custody. It's a lot going on. But yeah, I guess her mom may have had the AIDS and it did not, get into Brittany, or I don't know if her mom had AIDS at all, because the transfer to the baby when you're pregnant and you have AIDS is very great. So maybe her mom didn't have it, or maybe Brittany was just blessed not to get it. She says that she's going by the name Brittany. She does not want to go by the name that her adoptive parents have given her. But at the end of the day, they're going to wait for the FBI and everything to really confirm that this is her. So I will keep you informed. Until then, I will get the video together and put that up.
Now to some local breaking news that could have national implications. A stunning development in the 21-year cold case of a missing girl from Henrico.
Many of you will remember the smiling face of 7-year-old Brittany Williams, a girl who at the time was being treated for AIDS. She vanished from her Henrico foster home in 2000. Well, after exhaustive searches and little information from her caretaker, police presume Brittany to be dead. But now, Brittany Williams may very well be alive. On Your Side, investigator Kelly Avellino, who began researching this case 2 years ago, traveled to Indiana to be the first to talk with a woman who says she has proof that she is in fact Brittany Renee Williams.
We were able to come in with cadaver dogs and dig up part of the yard.
Our number one priority is to find her.
Detectives soon uncovered that Parker received more than $16,000.
She was very sweet, she was soft-spoken, and she had the biggest smile you'd ever want to see.
All right, boo, come on.
It's a smile that radiates.
Yeah.
In the same way as these decades-old pictures.
Now, detectives launched a nationwide search for Brittany when they uncovered it had been years since anyone besides Kim Parker had seen her alive.
That state is Ohio, according to Kaylin Stevenson, who was given that name by her adoptive parents. She recently started researching her biological family, only able to recall vague and even disturbing memories from her early childhood.
I remember the feeding tube. I do remember that.
Do you still have the scar from that?
Permanent reminders of unclear surgeries.
It go from down here all the way up towards my chest, so there ain't no telling what was actually removed.
And other scars that she says were left by catheters.
But I have a lot of points on my shoulder, even by my neck up here.
Catheter scars were listed in the description on many missing child posters for Brittany. Brittany had lived at Kim Parker's group foster home for 4 years, run out of her own house in Henrico.
Concern of potential neglect, concern of potential maltreatment of some of the children.
I don't remember a lot because so much was going on at the age. Plus you're young, so your mind is so malleable that so much can be going on that you don't understand. I always remember this one little boy that was in a wheelchair. He was nonverbal, but he was a sweetheart.
Parker was accused of taking $24,000 in government benefits intended for Brittany, according to court documents. She took a plea deal for 10 years behind bars. Detectives say not cooperating with police on where Brittany was.
The room I used to be in was like a pastel pink type room.
And there's one more detail that she says didn't fade from her memory, even though the name Brittany did.
And I did remember the last name Williams. For some reason, it's implanted in the back of my mind.
So in the seconds it took for her to Google missing children and the name Williams,
I just had a hunch.
Kaylin's life didn't just change.
Literally in the Google bar, search bar, and Brittany Renee Williams photo popped up.
She says it was revealed.
I woke her up, my wife up out of her sleep and was like, yo, this is me. I know me when I see me. This is me.
From the hairline to the ears to the smile to the chin, even the mole on her neck. I pointed that out to her. She didn't even notice that.
But despite the uncanny similarities, Kaylin says she didn't get answers from her adoptive parents. Her birth certificate not matching the birth date of Brittany Williams. Multiple sources tell me Henrico police and FBI agents are testing Kaylin's DNA with the only other daughter of Marie Thompson, Brittany's biological mother, who was also from Henrico. Marie was diagnosed with AIDS while pregnant with Brittany.
So I don't have AIDS at all.
Have you donated blood before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, blood plasma?
Yep.
And you have a daughter?
Yep.
And you went for blood work while you were pregnant?
Yep.
And no one at any time ever told you you had HIV or AIDS?
Nope.
Before effective AIDS treatment was available, only about 25% of HIV-positive mothers passed the virus along to their babies while pregnant.
This facade that everybody's put on is just like, wow, y'all like don't care about a human life. Y'all so greedy and focused on money. I was basically robbed of a life that I could have had.
So far, investigators have stayed tight-lipped on the case, not even telling Kaylin the identity of the potential sister they swabbed for DNA.
Yeah. Look at that smile on her face.
So I tracked down Anastasia McElroy, Rosemarie's first daughter, who still lives in Richmond, showing her a picture of Kaylin on my phone.
And I just started bawling and bawling.
Their undeniable connection was instant.
And I knew that it was you. I was filled with, the emotion was so powerful that it kind of like took over my entire spiritual being.
She acts like a big sister. It feels good to have a family member that cares. And she looks like me.
Kaylin and Anastasia wasted no time in taking their own in-lab DNA test.
And they tell me they're not at all surprised at the DNA test results.
You are my sister.
A 95.83% probability of being half-sisters, according to certified DNA results from LabCorp.
And yes, I am going by Brittany now. I don't want no ties to my adoptive name. That name is not me.
There was a couple mornings that I've pretty vividly remember she was kind of sad when she got on the school bus.
Sarah Minter was a childhood friend of Brittany's. She messaged me 2 years ago about doing a cold case story on her gentle lost friend, whom she had never forgotten.
I think that I'm still in shock, but you were such a sweet child. You were so soft-spoken. You had this beautiful smile like you have right now, the same exact smile. I know it's going to be really hard for you, but you know, this is like a new beginning. Like everything bad that happened, but now this is your time to get justice for you.
Come back up this way, boo-boo.
Kaylin, now calling herself Brittany, is currently fighting in court over custody of her 7-year-old biological daughter, Isabella.
She believes that proving that she's Brittany Williams will help her keep her child with her.
Push me high.
You remember, you gotta kick your feet in and out.
When you look at the missing person flyer and you see your face on it, what do you think about that little girl?
That little girl went through a lot, but she survived, and everybody thought otherwise. But she's still here. She is me, and I am her. And so many people tried to break me down to where I was nothing. But every time I got back up and still decided to keep fighting, still keep pushing, got through with my smile.
A smile that shines with 100% probability when she's with those who matter to her most, her wife and their 2 daughters.
5,
7,
6, Bella.
Henrico police continue to investigate while working with the FBI. Sources tell me both agencies are awaiting their own DNA results.
Blood does not lie, and a DNA test does not lie at all. So I don't have AIDS, but I am Brittany Renee Williams.
We'll be waiting and watching for those results as well, and any impact they could have on Kaylin or potentially Brittany's life. For the On Your Side investigators, I'm Kelly Avellino, NBC 12.